I feel so groggy.
Wouldn't you like to get the kind of deep, rejuvenating, uninterrupted slumber that leaves you feeling refreshed in the morning and ready to take on the day? Introducing safe, gentle, natural Relaxium Sleep. Developed by a renowned neurologist, Dr. Eric Celeberity, Relaxium is a true breakthrough in sleep science.
Relaxium Sleep has changed my life. It's a great natural alternative to...
A reverse mortgage loan isn't some kind of trick to take your home. It's a loan.
All are curated.
Signed, me.
Hi, I'm Jane King, and thank you for watching. This show is all about public, private, and blockchain companies. We bring you the innovators behind the companies making the headlines in that space. Some are sponsored, some are invited. All are curated and focused on telling you, the viewers, their story. Here we go. Nextech AR Solutions is providing augmented reality solutions for businesses. And with me is the CEO and founder, Evan Gappelberg of Nextech AR Solutions. So great to have you here, Evan.
Great to be here, Jane.
So now you're trading over the counter, right? So tell me about that. What kind of exciting ventures do you have going right now? And how can somebody find your stock?
Sure. So we're dual listed in Canada under the symbol NTAR, and in the U.S. under the symbol NEXCF. The stock is pretty liquid, trades a couple 100,000 shares a day. As far as finding us, I mean, you could find us on any trading platform, and, we're in the augmented reality space. Business is booming. We just ended 2020 with 20 million in revenue.
Okay. Well, I mean, it is a hugely growing space for sure. Now, how did you get here? I know you have a really interesting kind of story about how you founded the company.
Yeah, so, if you go all the way back, it started out with taking Take-Two Interactive Software public. That was, all the way back in the 1990s. That was at $5 a share. I brought in the seed capital. The stock right now is $205 a share. And the valuation back then was 30 million. It's now about 23 billion. And so my whole way of investing, and I've been an investor my whole life managing money, has been to look for multi-decade, multi-trillion-dollar mega trends. And AR is part of the digital transformation, which is probably the biggest mega trend that the world has ever experienced to date is this whole digital transformation. And so I look at augmented reality as part of that. And if you think of the digital transformation mega trend that's currently underway, it's being led by 5G. I mean, a lot of people have really started to think of this digital transformation as the fourth industrial revolution. And with technology evolving faster than ever, you see in this revolution really being led by augmented reality, AI, Internet of Things, edge computing, cloud computing, and as I mentioned, 5G is kind of driving the adoption globally. And if you look at 5G over the next couple of years, you're going to see an 11x adoption of 5G. And the way I look at this, Jane, is that there's a convergence of all of these technologies where they're becoming ubiquitous, really for training, in e-commerce, for advertising, and entertainment. And this convergence really is stimulating a rapid market adoption environment similar to the internet in the 1990s. And if you remember what happened then, there was the creation of multi-billion-dollar industries almost overnight.
It's going to be absolutely amazing to see this develop over the next few years. So tell me what Nextech AR is doing then in terms of bringing things to market that nobody else is doing right now.
So, we're bringing a whole portfolio of augmented reality solutions to market. That's really what makes us unique, is that, like you said, there's so many applications for AR. I didn't want to be a point solution. So when we launched Nextech as a company, the idea was, let's find the areas where we think we can run the fastest, develop our platforms, and then go to market. So we have an augmented reality solution for the e-commerce industry. We have an augmented reality 3D ad network. We own our own ad network. We have a virtual events platform, which is really a virtual experience platform because we've integrated augmented reality into our virtual events platform. We have an education platform where we're now teaching students real time today. We're using augmented reality labs. Carnegie Mellon University is one of our clients in the US, Ryerson University in Canada, and the students are just loving it. I mean, imagine going to school and you're experiencing augmented reality as part of your learning experience. It's super, super exciting. And so when you look at our technology, when you look at our company, we have 3 apps that are on the market. One of the apps that I'm the most excited about is an app called Airshow. Jane, I want you to imagine, right now, we can do pre-recorded holograms in the app with like a 3D environment, right? Which is pretty cool. But imagine live streaming where you are standing in the room with me as a full-size human hologram, and we're having a 2-way conversation as if you're in the room with me. And imagine that with your family, with your friends, in business, total game changer. And we have that technology, and we're bringing it to market in 2021.
Wow. And as a TV person, I'm thinking you could do an interview as if you're in the same room with somebody on the other side of the world. You don't need to do whatever. So, yeah.
Yeah, it's telepresence.
Yeah.
So, there was the ding, like a light bulb went off, right? So it's telepresence. And telepresence has been kind of the holy grail, where you could kind of beam people around the globe without them having to get on an airplane and go there. And so we have that tech. We're super excited about it. And we're just kind of stitching it together inside the app. So, couldn't be more excited about our multiple businesses that are under our Nextech AR Solutions umbrella.
So you are not the only public company in this space. So there's Vuzix, Why My Hologram, Snapchat is known for virtual reality. I think they're traded on the New York Stock Exchange. I mean, how would you compare yourself to those other companies in this space?
So back to what I was just saying, they're point solutions, right? So Vuzix has a pair of AR glasses for enterprise. It's not something a consumer would wear. It's somebody, in a warehouse, you're able to wear these AR glasses and kind of, maneuver around the warehouse, which, they have a market cap of about 500 million. And again, they have one product. We have a portfolio of product. YMI, same thing. YMI is a Chinese company, so it's hard to actually know exactly what they're doing, but they claim that they have this ad network. Well, we also have an ad network, but we also have a lot more. If you look at Snap, Snap is a walled garden. They have a lot of augmented reality experiences in their app. Primarily, Snap's business model revolves around their AR ad network. Again, we have an AR ad network, and we're launching it now. Actually, we just hired the president of Microsoft Online to run our ad network. He ran a $10 billion ad network at Microsoft. He left Microsoft January 5th, joined Nextech to build our $1 billion ad network.
And you also recently filed to uplist to the NASDAQ?
We did. We filed to uplist, and we're expecting to get approved imminently. We're in discussions with investment bankers in the U.S. to open up our company to institutional investors. Right now, we're purely retail stock. There's no institutions in our stock at all. And, primarily it's me, my friends, and the early investors. I'm the single largest shareholder. I bought stock 5 times in the last 12 months in our stock. And so if you look at, the trajectory of the company, we're now knocking on the door of institutions, knocking on the door of NASDAQ, uplisting, really crossing over from startup to kind of being that mid-cap hyper-growth tech stock.
Okay, so you talked about that a little bit, the NASDAQ potential uplisting this year. What else is in the plans for Nextech?
I mean, we're focused, Jane, on becoming a multi-billion-dollar public company that's known the world over for its AR offerings in advertising, in virtual events and live events, and also for the live streaming, as I mentioned, of human holograms. I mean, each one of these businesses alone is $1 billion opportunity, each one of them. And we have multiple.
Fascinating, Evan. Thank you so much. And I look forward to getting an update soon as more technology comes out and the NASDAQ listing comes through. So that will be very interesting.
Absolutely.
Thank you. Welcome back. Well, we're talking again with SmartKey and also BitBoy Crypto Ben Armstrong is back. So this is like a reunion of sorts here. And I talked to you both at different times, but now you're working, BitBoy Ben, as a ambassador, right, for SmartKey? So let's start with that and let.
Right. Yeah. Absolutely excited to be part of it.
Okay. So if you could just start, why are you supporting the SmartKey project?
Yeah, so if anyone who's followed my YouTube channel, BitBoy Crypto, knows I've been in crypto heavily every day for years and years, invested in Bitcoin since 2012. And at this point where we are at in cryptocurrency, it's important to pretty much only support blue chip projects, I think. I think that a lot of these projects that have so much upside are the ones that we definitely want to be involved with. And when it comes to SmartKey, from the first time we read about this project, we were super, super, super excited. We know a lot of the things that are associated with bad projects. That's been a lot of our learning process, finding out what makes a bad project and then learning what makes a good project. And for SmartKey, it checks off all the boxes. It's ahead of the curve when it comes to technology and everything they're doing. I'm sure a lot of your audience has heard of IoT, or the Internet of Things. This is basically the Wi-Fi connectivity of all devices. There's going to be billions and billions of these devices over the next several years. SmartKey is positioning itself to be the leader of what we call BOT, which is the blockchain of things, which are all of these connected devices running on blockchain. They got huge partners, including Teltonica. They've got other projects or other companies that they're working on or with in the background that are going to be announced at different points. One thing I really like about SmartKey, and I'm really big on things that have real use case and real adoption. Just take emergency services, for instance. SmartKey is basically going to be able to work with emergency services to, let's say there's an emergency in an apartment building and the gate is locked. It's got a locked gate. SmartKey will be able to make it so those emergency services will have access to immediately go in. SmartKey can literally be saving people's lives down the road. And when you look at a lot of these projects, they're very conceptual. It's hard to see exactly how they can affect everyday life for us, you know, here in America or here in the world. The SmartKey is definitely one of those projects, and there's so many more reasons, but those are definitely some of the ones why we are behind SmartKey. Thanks.
Okay. Well, very interesting. Well, Shmuel, let's bring you in. That was quite an introduction there. So explain the technology and the blockchain of things, because a lot of us have heard of Internet of Things, and we get that concept. What is the blockchain of things?
Thank you, Ben. Lots of energy. Okay, I try to explain. We started SmartKey 3 years ago as a second-generation Oracle. Today's physical world around us is getting smarter and smarter. Yes, we have smart cars, smart buildings, and finally smart cities. The problem with all these smart solutions is the lack of communication standards between them. These are centralized solutions that compete with each other. Users are forced to use hundreds of applications. There is also a second world. You must imagine fully decentralized, open, secure, and public accessible blockchain. And we use this blockchain and we create SmartKey as a missing puzzle connecting the physical world with this virtual world of blockchain. SmartKey is a communication standard like Bluetooth, I could say. We connect IoT devices, smart devices, directly to the blockchain. Thanks to the blockchain, our IoT devices gain interoperability, enabling the creation of completely new solutions and business models. This is our advantage. Yes, we have extensive experience in building products already available on the market. We have a working product, as Ben said. And finally, with SmartKey, you can connect smart devices to the blockchain and use a safe and public integration method. 99% of early stage projects, as everybody knows, in blockchain space, have only an idea. We are from traditional business. We started our project after our product was launched. As you probably know, we recently used SmartKey as a blockchain keys for emergency services, like Ben said, in Poland. In that kind, we solved the real-world problem that emergency services can help you faster. Yes.
Okay. And then, so what are your plans for this year then?
I would say in short-term period, we try to reach. We could say in two ways. In short-term, we coming in this year. We are entering two exchanges. We want to enter two exchanges from a top 10 coin market cap. And for our coin, we want to be. Our goal is to reach top 20 in coin market cap also. We will also announce several new big partnerships that will bring the SmartKey to the millions of people around the world. It will be a huge announcement. We will focus on development stage and focus on our partners in building products and that could be available to purchase worldwide. Second thing, we are also expanding the range of our flagship use case, Rescue Without Barriers. Thanks to this product, we can shorten the time of arrival of rescue teams. This program will cover several million households in this year. Together with our partners also, we will announce a global competition and hackathon with a large pool of prizes for products using SmartKey. This is short-term, 1 year. Long-term period, SmartKey will become a kind of an operating system driving a smart cities of the future. It will integrate the solutions already used by city inhabitants with public services. We are working to make that happen with city authorities in large European cities. We are building the open standards for cities and invite all the city authorities to join us to help us to do it together.
Okay. Well, that all sounds very exciting, and I hope you come back and explain like where you're at this year as you go through your goals and long-term goals. So thank you so much, Simone, and also BitBoy Ben for joining us today, and we look forward to catching up with you again soon.
Thank you. Bye.
All right. Thank you. GreenBox is a way to get customized payment solutions for your business through blockchain technology. And with me to explain how all this works is the founder and CEO, Ben Erez. Ben, good to see you again.
Good morning, Jane. Good to see you again.
So it looks like you had some big news out recently. Can you explain what that's all about?
Yes, GreenBox has completed the most significant acquisition in its history this week. We have acquired our largest independent sales organization that was operating on our system for about a year and a half now. We bought them for several reasons. They have interesting point-of-sale technology that merges with ours fairly well. They have support and customer service staff. They have a development team that we were interested in. They have a book of business that, in spite of the pandemic, did about $400 million in processing for the year, although they were scheduled for a little over $1 billion for the year. They have a Chicago location, including an interesting 60,000 square foot building that we wanted to put our name on. That will happen. They have approximately $13 million in net earnings for 2020. And here is an interesting part of that acquisition. This was an all-stock deal with a stipulated share price of $2 a share. So extremely accretive for the company and for its shareholders. And on top of that, they have earning hurdles to complete their stock earnout. So it may be actually even cheaper than that for us. Extremely well executed acquisition.
So how could somebody buy shares? I mean, now that they've seen you put faith in the company, they may want to take a look at it. How can they find out more about the company?
Yes, so many current brokers support the stock, and they are available to open accounts and purchase shares directly. Obviously, once the company is trading above $5 and is a NASDAQ listed company, any broker in the nation will be happy to pick up clients who want to purchase the shares, and this is coming up.
Okay, well that's a big step. So okay, finally, you've had a lot of activity. What do you see going forward in 2021?
We see quite a few growth drivers for 2021. Generation 3 technology is obviously the key to our growth. We look forward to expand collaboration with the market leaders and large banks. We are looking to expand our product line to include the white label solutions, SaaS solutions, and digital banking. We intend to continue and execute on our global expansion. And mergers and acquisitions will be in the forefront of our activity for the upcoming quarters.
Okay, thank you, Ben. Let's do another update as you get closer to your NASDAQ listing. That would be great.
Happy to. Thank you, Jane.
Paypolitan is combining DeFi, decentralized finance, along with traditional banking and traditional finance. And with me, the CEO and founder, Nils Thorant Ortiz, to talk a little bit more about this. And Nils, I mean, we talked a few weeks ago. Have there been some updates, some progress that you've got, latest developments with Paypolitan?
Thank you, first of all, for having me again here, Jane. Yes, exactly. So we are planning a listing on a major exchange. We will list our EPAN token on Bitforex on February 18th, 21.
Why did you choose Bitforex?
Well, we had a look. There are many exchanges out there. Of course, people are dreaming of getting on Binance, but that is much too big for us at our stage. So we're looking for a good and very liquid Tier 2 exchange. And Bitforex is among the top 20 exchanges in terms of trading volume. That's very important to us. Secondly, this will give access to Asian investors. Basically, today we didn't have that. EPAN holders are mostly US and Europe based. And we will add another pair to the EPAN token. Today we only have Ether and EPAN. And on Bitforex, we also will have EPAN and USDT. So this will, as a stable coin, this will give our token much more stability in terms of pricing and value. And whenever the Ether is going down, it's bringing, when you appear, it's bringing down your own tokens. So we're gonna be much more independent, much more stable in terms of market value.
Okay, how much are you looking to raise?
So the minimum amount is $40,000, but we try to go to up to $1.2 million.
Okay, and then you mentioned earlier that Paypolitan is not only growing organically, but may also be preparing for its first acquisition. So what are you thinking there?
That is correct. We try to take over 10X. That is a Singapore-based fintech founded a couple of years ago. 10X had a product. They wanted to issue a credit card that allows people to pay with their crypto assets when they go to a shop, and it failed twice. So the first time the cards got disconnected overnight and leaving, I think, 200,000 people with unusable Visa cards. And then they had another issuer, Wirecard, that went bankrupt, and the Visa cards got blocked again. Said so they made an amazing ICO in 2017. They raised 80 million, and basically we were interested in the 300,000 users, I have to say past users, they have or they had, because those users are exactly in line with Paypolitan and our targets.
Okay, now is there a token swap? How is that operated?
Yeah, exactly. So first, we offered a NASDAQ deal to that company, and that was basically ignored. I take it it was rejected, and then we offered yesterday a token swap. So how does that work? We offer for the 10X Pay token with the discounted value of 50%, because basically, it's a token that has no more activity behind it, so it's almost a dead token. So we calculate a discount of 50%, which is already, I think, very fair, and users get with this discount EPAN token in exchange for their Pay token.
Thank you so much, Nils, for joining us again. Look forward to another update.
Closed captioning brought to you by Super Beets, a superfood breakthrough for blood pressure support. The
makers of top-selling Super Beets, comes new Super Beets Heart Chews. Do something good for your blood pressure and your energy.